What's going on, guys? Welcome to an Ark mod showcase video. This is the very first video that I've ever put out of this sort. I've never really tried my hand at making videos and stuff like that, or at least, you know, for Ark Survival Evolved, or for any of the Ark mods in general. However, I kind of had to make this one because it's new, and two, because it really caught my eye, because there's a lot of work being put into this mod. For as I don't want to say that it adds very little. There's just a lot of work being put into this mod, and it looks like it's going to be really good. So first and foremost, it is a creature mod, so it's gonna add new dinos and stuff like that. New creatures. It's gonna add new creatures to the map, whatever map that you're on. Second of all, this is not a core mod. A core mod is something like a Pugnacia, or it's something like an Anunnaki, or like an Extinction Core, or even I think like was it Genesis Reborn, like Extinction Core, stuff like that, ones that remap vanilla dinos in order to make for like a new gameplay experience and stuff like that. This isn't a core mod. You can add this into any sort of mod collection that you currently have, and you'll be able to pretty much play it on any map that uses vanilla spawn containers. A lot of people get confused whenever there's talk of spawn containers, because there's not a lot of readily accessible information regarding that stuff, unless you're like a modder or something like that. And people that are casual to the game, they're not really going to know what you're talking about unless they have it explained to them. So spawn containers are a part of the Ark map, should I say, that allows the different I'm gonna show it off, that allows different dinos to spawn. So for instance, whenever we look out there, we have the beach, and that if you might hear my dog a couple of times. So the beach has its own spawn containers all throughout the beach, and then if you know island, then you know, I think I showed them off again. Anyway, if you know island, then you know further up there is the swamp, all the swamp lines all the way over there, and then further in is the redwoods. There's like the mountains and stuff like that, and so each of those have their own spawn containers. All Ark Bionic does is add creatures to those spawn containers in order to, and I lost the egg that I was staring at. All Ark Bionic does is add creatures to those spawn containers without having to remap anything for vanilla. And that's very good. That's very good. My dog's going crazy. So that's pretty much what that does. You'll be able to insert it into any of your collections, and you'll be able to play it. One of the other things that Ark Bionic does is it adds, like I said, it adds new dinos and stuff like that, but it also adds, we're looking at it right now. This is a Bionic Egg, and spoiler alert in the item about what it was dropped by. So this is a Bionic Egg. Now, these eggs are integral in crafting a new kibble that is made specifically for these Bionic creatures. That is this Bionic Kibble. And this is the only kibble that any of the Bionic creatures are going to take. Now, I say bionic creatures because there's more than one type of creature that this mod adds. There are bionics, there are I think it's mechanical, and there's AI. We'll get to those. We'll get to the last two a little bit later, the mechanical and the AI. We want to focus on all of the bionic creatures. So this is the way you're going to tame all of your bionic creatures. You're going to make it, and it's a fairly easy recipe. You know, it's very easy to make. Obviously, it's going to need the prerequisite egg before you get it, and then it's going to require you to get a couple of rare flowers, mushrooms, some raw meat, some stem berries, and fiber. All, like I said, relatively easy to obtain, especially early on. It's very starter friendly, so you can get started taming the bionic creatures just right away. So one of the questions that you might have asked is, well, how am I supposed to tame a bionic creature if I can't get the eggs in order to make the kibble? Well, that's where this guy comes in, the Bionic Dodo. Everybody knows the Dodo. It's a fairly relatively common creature on the Ark, or on any Ark, that's scattered along the beaches, and sometimes you'll be able to find them in the forest just before they die. That's another thing. That's another little thing that we're going to have to cover right now. This dude poops a lot. You can find them littered throughout the beaches, and they're relatively easy to tame. So what you're going to do is you're going to tame these guys up, and you're going to start your egg production, and you'll see here in a little bit just how rapidly they can start to produce eggs. Actually, I think I got a male. That's a female. All right, so it's gonna do eggs. You're going to see just how fast it starts to produce whenever. So, like any dodo, whenever it poops, there's a chance for it to lay an egg. I can't quite remember off the top of my head what that chance is, but there's a chance for it to lay an egg. These eggs again are used to make that kibble. So how are you supposed to tame it if you don't have the kibble? That question comes up again. Well, these guys specifically tame using vanilla settings. That's it. They tame like a regular dodo. However, they do have an increased torp bore, an increased health stat, because for the the stat adjustments for being a bionic creature. And that's really it. And then you get them to come over here, and they start pooping like crazy, and eventually they will lay an egg. And then you start racking up those eggs, and you just you start making the kibble. So you got your dodos, you got them all lined up. I obviously don't have any lined up. I had to go and spawn it. So I'm not gonna have any dodos over here. But you're seeing this one poop a lot. So there's a reason for that. These dodos don't last forever. These dodos, their health goes down continuously until they die. So does their food. I think that's because they're trying to heal at the same time as they're losing health. So this is the end result, is a whole lot of crap. So they just poop a lot. So these dodos eventually will die, and you can like stick them in a cryopod, or you can stick them in a soul wall or something like that from Lethal's Dino Storage. Check out that mod. It is amazing, by the way. Whenever you stick them into any of those, I want to say that they stop decaying. I'm not entirely sure. But you can stick them in those, and if it prolongs their death, then awesome, cool. You got a dodo that's kind of stuck in a Pokeball. So they decay and all that good stuff. another thing that they can do is they automatically produce this over here, the element dust. Now, that's not the only thing that they produce. They also produce element shards and just plain old element within their inventory. It is quite a bit, but this mod is very tech focused. It's designed to get you into tech relatively quickly. However, I mean, I understand that you're not really gonna have a use for them because you don't have any of the tech unlocked. So, you know, it's a little bit of give and take. So again, element dust, and then he hasn't produced it yet, but there's element shards and just plain old element as well. And again, these guys eventually they're going to die. Oh look, he laid an egg. Oh, he had already laid one, or she had already laid one. Cool. So that's gonna happen. Now, what happens? And yeah, yes, you can ride them. Oh, this is another really cool thing. Whenever you ride them, you actually become part of them, or you know, you become them, I guess. You kind of like assimilate to let's just say that you become them, and you like walk around. Now there is a little bit of a bug where if you pull out your map and you look at it, all of a sudden you're riding the dodo. I think you just become invisible, which is, you know, it's fine. It's pretty funny. And then now you're riding a dodo. All right, so you're probably wondering why I cheated the rifle bullet and the rifle, and why I'm aiming at his head. Well, when Bionic Dodos die, they explode. That's wild or tamed. They explode. Unfortunate, but it is what happens. So there is a little bit of risk reward to keeping them around your base whenever you have them doing all of their egg stuff. You got a little trail of eggs over here. It's pretty cool. So they blew up. Cool. So let us get into all of these guys. There are a ton of creatures, a couple tons, or there's a lot of creatures. There's a lot of creatures in this mod, and they're really cool. So these bionic ones are, again, part organic, part inorganic. So they have the metal, and they have like the organic parts of them, like their skin, you see the hide, you see the bone and all that stuff kind of coming through. The scorpion, man, the scorpion looks amazing. It really does. You got the horse over here, and this is an arachnid. Again, we'll get to some of these a little bit later. There's more over there, but for now we'll go ahead and go through some of the land mammals. So Bionic Anki, what can he do? Well, he's got the tail swipe. Unfortunately, he can't do it while he's moving. He does have the bites as well. He's also got this. What is that now? What does that do? So whenever you, and it's on a 30-second cooldown as far as I know, but whenever you press C on a Bionic Anki, it generates a type of like force field that completely negates damage for like 10 seconds. It's really good, but again, you have to wait, I think it's another 20 seconds in order to activate it, because it's on a 30-second cooldown. Now I don't know if that cooldown starts after the force field ends, but you know, it's there, it's there, and it's really cool. See, you'll see that. And the Ankis in the wild, actually, whenever they begin battle, the Bionic Ankis, they begin battle by using that force field. so that you can't hit them is really, really cool, and it's really awesome. Other than that, they don't really have anything else. You know, they're an Anki, you'll use them to farm metal, all that good stuff. You know, they have their bite, and they're really good, you know, just all around, like, I guess tanky and kind of dinos to have around. So that's the Anki. Now we have the Scorpion. Again, these Scorpions look really, really cool. Like, let me just look at that. This is probably my favorite creature, my favorite looking creature. Like, it looks really, really good. So you got this one. Now what does he do? He has the old pincer attack. He's got the old stabby stab, and he's got that. What does that do? Well, it fires a little boom. It's like, it's just a bomb. It's really what it is. It's just like a bomb, and you'll see it. You might see it explode off in the distance. Yep, it goes a long way. Almost like it goes. It doesn't even like render out, but you'll use this to kind of explode some stuff, and it's really good. But you got to be careful because you can't hurt yourself, and you can't hurt your dinos. Other than that, that's not, you know, not really a whole lot else. And I don't know if you saw it, but my Anki flinched. That means he took damage from that bomb. So watch out for the friendly fire. Watch out for the friendly fire. It is intended. It is intended. So now we got the Bionic Horse. He's just a horse. You know, he's got the bite, he's got the buck, and then I don't know if regular horses have this, but he's also got the little, this thingy right here. And that's it. I mean, you know, other than that, he's just a horse. Nothing too special. This guy is crazy. So this guy is called the Bionic Arachnid. It's oh, okay, all right, gotta go this way. If you saw it, you saw it. So what does he do that's so special? Well, he gets stuck. I actually don't know what the hell's going on. Inventory is too, oh, I'm heavy. Oh, whoa, you found up a lot of wood. All right, so let's go ahead and drop all that. All right, so as far as I know, this and you'll see, he just had to sneak himself into the shot. All right, guy, whatever. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use this right click. Its left click is its left click is just a bite. However, its right click, it can pick up stuff, and then it noms on it. Really, really cool. Pick stuff up, and oh, there we go. Yep. Then it noms on it. Now you might be seeing these these plus signs with the tear through it. I want to say that these are just dire wolves, and that they retain the buff that skill or whatever it is, in order to check the health of the enemy, which is really really good. You know, I like it like that. And you can also hear, well, you might not be able to hear it, but it also has like the whole glitchy dire wolf jump, which is really cool. I really like it. And it can even, holy crap, it can hold a parasaur. All right, bro, we get it. All right, yep, so it has all that. And then C, control, nothing else. All right, so that's about it for that guy. Again, a very, very interesting dino, and I think this is actually a custom. This is a custom like model. So And like, as far as I know, this is the only dino mod that uses it. So, you know, it's very, very cool. When you see it on the wild, it looks kind of shaky, but whenever it's tamed, it's cool. So we got that. Now we have the Bionic Wolf. He's got the howl. He's a wolf. He's got the smell. I'm not entirely sure what that does. And then he's got this. He's a wolf, you know? Very cool. So we got that. Now let's have a look at some of the flyers. This is a seeker. He doesn't really do a whole lot. He's supposed to have some kind of charge breath. However, I'm having trouble getting that to activate or getting it to happen or what have you. Actually, that might be because I am in creative mode, so let me get out of that. Okay, you can't get out of that. Right, so no, that had nothing to do with it. And I think that only prevents me from using any X attacks. Yep, so for right now, it only has the 2 attacks. It has like the like a bite and then a talon attack, and that's really it. It is supposed to have a like a breath attack. Obviously, that's not really working right now. And let me, as far as I know, I was able to do these. So yeah, the C is not, you know, nothing. So now we have the Ember Bird. I want to say that this is supposed to be a phoenix, but I'm not gonna call it that. This is an Argentavis. This is an Argentavis, like, in every sense of the word, which is fine, you know. It's really, really cool. And you know, I'm hoping that this is a placeholder. I'm hoping that maybe they improve on this design a little bit because it's a little flat. But other than that, you know, it's an RG. It'll do whatever an RG does. Now, what it does do different, this dude shoots lasers. Really cool. He doesn't have the second pickup. This is with the C attack. Now you have to be careful because it does use your stamina, and we all know what happens when a flyer runs out of stamina. He force lands. All right, so we got that guy, and now we have the Tapihata. These guys are, I like Tapies in general. But you know, it's a Tappy. It has the skin of like a tech Tappy, which is cool. Or at least it has the tech Tappy saddle. So that's his right click, that's his left click. Its C is to go down, X is to go up. Doesn't have a control attack, no alt, nothing like that. Yep. So I mean, again, it's a tech Tappy. Now we have a Bionic Wyvern. It's Wyvern, not Wyvern, and I'm never saying it like that ever again. So the Wyvern pretty much acts like a typical fire wyvern. He just kind of goes around, blows fire, does stuff. He flies. However, when you press right click, he sends a flaming just ball of destruction. This is really, really cool. I really like that. And I think there was something over here that I had set on fire, but I'm not entirely sure where it went. So it does that, and then, you know, it has the fire, and then X is to pick up. And that's about it for this guy. Now we get to the big boys. The Majungasaurus. Truth be told, I have no idea what a Majungasaurus is. To me, it's just an aloe, a reskinned aloe. It even, like, it sounds like an aloe, it runs like an aloe, it looks like an aloe. It's a damn aloe. So he got tired. He's doing all the, I have insufficient stamina to use my right click. There it goes. Now what that does, I'm gonna go ahead and show that off because several creatures actually have that roar. Let me just regain my stamina. And he actually has the stomp damage too. So he can get through, he can wade through all of this mess. Okay. Get some meat up in him. It might, the roar might work on the Oviraptor. I'm not entirely sure. There it goes. And you can see that they have a fear debuff on them. I think it just paralyzes them, but I'm not I'm not really sure. It didn't look like it affected that guy very much. So let's come over here and let's use it on oh, I can't. Okay, I can't spam it. All right, so he's dead. That poor Dilo. Or Dillo, whichever. We'll wait for my stamina to come back and for my sight to return. For roar. And again, you can see that this dude is feared. And I think it's like they're paralyzed with fear or something like that. Let me... go ahead and do that. Bring the sun back to life. Go ahead and bring this dude back up. So you saw the roar, you saw the bite, and you saw like the stomp damage. Now you get to see he also has a little bit of, he's got like the tech lasers and stuff like that. Keep in mind, all of this stuff is tech. All of these are tech explosions, so they're going to affect tech walls. It's going to change how you play PvP if you want to play PvP with this mod. Boom. These dudes run out of stamina really fast. I can't say that I expected that. Alright, so let's go ahead and leave him right there. Let's come over here to the real aloe. Again, stomp damage, a bite, a roar, and that hit behind. That's nutty. And then pew 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 pew. You got the pew pews. And that's it for this guy. Really cool. These guys, man, these guys look amazing. Alright, and now we got the Spino. So give me a second real quick to first I'm gonna close out all of these tabs. So again, just a Spino. We'll go ahead and we'll jump all the way down. Oh no. Oh wow. Okay, he takes fall damage. Some of the dinos don't take fall damage, but evidently this one does. You can see that he gets the hydrated buff, which is really, whoa, what did I eat? He gets the hydrated buff, which is really, really good. And then he changes his stance and he has a swipe. Really, really cool. And now it has a it didn't look like it had a visual indicator that it was roaring. So I'll give it a little bit before I roar again, but this time I'll do it in a as a quadruped. Oh, that's right. So the swipe also electrocutes. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so the swipe will stun a target. Blah. For you know, a couple seconds, which it's fine. It's a little stun. It doesn't have stomp damage, which for a Spino is kind of annoying. But what are you gonna do? So that's the Spino, and I'm gonna go on the quad. Let's bring him over here. Now we have the Bionic Gorilla. And yes, this is just a again, it's a Megapithecus, and I think you might have seen the model before on something like Prome. The mod Prome, not the mod maker Prome. Oh yeah. Oh man, that's amazing. All right, so its attacks. Let's go over them. Boom. It's got the like the little overhead smash. Then you just saw it it chunks a grenade. Big grenade. I think there's something in the works for the C. I would like for it to have like a spin attack or something like that. Would be really cool. But we'll see what Prome decides to do with it. But other than that, it's fairly, you know, fairly basic. Really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, no stomp damage. Kind of it took down a tree, but that's about it. Didn't take down any rocks. For these bigger dinos, that's very cumbersome not having the stomp damage. Or at least not having it for the rocks. So we got that out of the way. Now we have a Bionic Mammoth. Let me do this real quick. So what does Mammoth do? It has a regular attack. Cool. He gets berries. He's a berry getter. That's the left click. That's the right click. But it also has a special attack. When you press Z, it lobs that ball and it blows up stuff. Like it's like a singularity kind of deal. And for some reason it also farms stone. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't think. Oh man, I just transferred everything over to me. How about you keep it? I don't want it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the Mammoth. Go ahead and move this big guy over here. Coming down to the wire. Now we have the Bionic Rhino. It just like a Rhino, it has the charge gauge on the right. And it does all the, you know, it does all the normal Rhino stuff. It has the tusk. While you do that, the gore. And then it has, oh, never mind. All right, I spelled that. It doesn't, that's not a thing. It's supposed to have a stomp attack mapped to its right mouse button, but that's not a stomp. But it's really cool. it just kind of like shoots it out straight. Now it's supposed to have a C attack as well. That energy ball is actually supposed to be the C attack, but it doesn't do anything. Does explosion damage and direct damage whenever it hits, which is again very cool. I don't know how I feel about it harvesting stone, but it is what it is at that point. So that's the mammoth. And now we got the big boy, the Bionic Golem. All right, so this guy, this dude is really strong. Of course, as you would expect the golem to be. Got the overhead smash. This is the right mouse. Oh, I've actually never seen that. It says regular rock throw. That's not a regular rock throw. That is nuts. Absolutely nutty. Oh man. And then it has the C attack, the spin. Of course it harvests stone because it's a rock golem, but that's really about it. You know, very like it. Oh man, it looks so freaking cool. I love the way all these creatures came out. This is like my second favorite looking creature. I almost died. Actually, let me get on some fur if I'm gonna be up here, because actually I should put myself back in creative mode because that's the thing. All right, cool. So these are all of the Bionic creatures in Bionic Ark. Again, they all have their own purpose. They're all relatively souped up versions of the vanilla creature that they try to replicate, take over, stuff like that. They're beefed up in like their attack, their torpidity, their stamina, oxygen, stuff like that. And so it's gonna take a little bit more than a couple of darts to knock them out. It'll take a little bit of getting used to. They're relatively beefy. So we got all these guys. Now what I'm gonna do, I planned all these guys ahead of time. I didn't plan any of these others that are here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go down the list, because that's what we do. We just go down lists. Right? So first we have the mechanical Inky. These dudes look sick, and they can have different color variations. So I mean, they can just look amazing. Very cool. This is like the best color I've ever gotten, honestly. So very cool. Now what can it do? It's pretty much just like the Bionic Anki. It has the tail swipe, it has a bite, and it has the force field. And oh, now you can see it in the top right. I have my head up. It has that force field. It lasts 10 seconds, and then you have to wait, you know, another few seconds in order to bring it back up. So that right there is a mechanical Inky, and we'll go over how you actually get all the mechanical creatures here in a little bit. You don't spawn them in, regardless of what I am showing you. You will not spawn them in. Now we have a mechanical. Oh, okay. So this is the mechanical drone. This dude's pretty cool. I've never messed around with this dude. It looks like it's a like an attack drone. That's the, oh crap, hold on. All right, so very bad, very bad. They'll never do that. So left click. It's just a little shot, a little pew. This could go faster. 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 This it really could go faster. And then right click. Okay, so maybe let's test this out on some creatures. So got a Dimorphodon here. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And this is supposed to be like a I guess like a melee pulse, but it's not very good. It also doesn't look like it's getting it's getting hit like at all. Alright, so you know, it does that. And of course, whenever it runs out of stamina, it force lands. However, it does have something special. They drop tech grenades on the floor whenever you press C. And they're tech grenades in every sense of the word. So you can stick them onto the dinos and they blow up. And again, they are tech explosions, so they will affect tech. Tread safely with that in mind. Alright, so we have that, and now okay, so it doesn't look like this guy works either. Yeah. Okay, so that might have to be for another day. Actually, let's come over here and let's do a little experiment. Let's see if this one works. Okay, yeah. So what I was going to show you was an enforcer. It looks like it has all of the regular enforcer attacks. It has the regular attack, the blink, and then it has the like a blast attack. And that's really it. You know, it's an enforcer. Of course, the enforcer does look really, really cool, but other than that, you know, it's an enforcer. Now we have the Griffin. This is a mechanical Griffin. Completely mechanical. Holy crap. All right, so left click, it's a Griffin, you know, and then on the ground, the swipe, same thing. Now the right click is different. It's very, very different. It gives you that flame attack, and before anybody decides to get funky, go ahead and eat that guy. And it also has the swoop. And then, of course, it has the dive bomb. I just killed the parasaur that I didn't even know was there. But yeah, that's the mechanical Griffin. Alright, so it looks like the mech is also not going to spawn, which is a shame. I would have liked to have seen that one. But as far as I know, it's a regular mech in that it has a sword, a pistol, and then it has whatever the module it has. It functions like a regular mech. So like if you're familiar with building mechs from Extinction, you have to get like certain parts and all this other stuff to accommodate it. There's like rockets and like a shield module and stuff like that that you can craft and build, you know, just to kind of amp it up. But yeah, I mean, it's a mech. So for the mech, actually, the fuel, the heat, and the upkeep just in general is reduced by like 5 times. So it's very efficient. Very efficient running. And now we have the mechanical Rex. The Rex, again, functionally, it's a Rex. It's a Rex. It has the bite. It has a roar. I personally like that roar. Some modders remove it, but I really like that roar. And then it also has pew pews. It kind of I like how these oh no, they do. Never mind. I was gonna say they kind of give you the illusion of aiming, but it's like I mean, kinda. It kind of just like moves the Rex's head, and you have to move the Rex's head wherever you want to aim it. But, you know, it's fine. But yeah, that's the mechanical Rex. All right, now we have the mechanical Stego. This dude looks gnarly. I love the way this dude looks. Like all the sharp edges. Like he's so he's an edgy boy. He's a very edgy boy. However, you know, he's just a Stego. He does all the Stego stuff. Does the tail swipes. Does all that. There is going to be something mapped to the mouse button or to the right mouse button a little bit, but that's going to be a little bit later. But for now, you can just wag his butt back and forth. And then it has the pew pew lasers as well. Very freaking cool. I really, dude, I really like the way this one looks, and I can't wait to get like a really good color on it. And now we have the Enforcer. The Enforcer is just a general, you know, it's an Enforcer, you know. It does things. It has the left click. I don't know if you can tame Enforcers now that I think about it. Or wait, not Enforcers. These are like defense units. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know if you can ever get these in Ark, in the extension. I don't know. If you can, let me know. So it has a left click. That's the poke, the little jab. The right click is the little that double pierce kind of deal, and then C is its own like projectiles. X is like a jump attack, which looks really cool. And kind of reminiscent of the Mantis, kind of like leap, but you know, it obviously doesn't go as far. And then it can do this. You press Control X and it brings up a shield. I'm not entirely sure what the shield protects you from. Actually, let's go check. This is really cool too. I like this. It actually looks like it's protecting me from damage entirely. Okay, I have to find something else to get this on, because if it nullifies all damage, that might be a little bit too much. It's supposed to negate 50% of incoming damage, but that did not look like 15. That did not look like 50% to me. And it has a lot of stamina too, and it wasn't draining it nearly as fast as it should if it was in fact full. Uh-oh. That's a boss bar. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let me poke one of these guys. Poke the hornet's nest. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing any damage to me at all. They're kind of just, you know, chewing on my butt. All right, so I'm gonna test something, and this is like beta testing 101 right here. So I think I'm immune. Let's test that. Oh no, that's right. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. No. I have creative mode. I have creative mode. I have creative mode. This whole time I was like, man, I'm just invincible. That's not the case. That's not the case. No. Oh man, the broodmother's just gonna follow me to hell and high water. All right, bro. Check it out. This is what's gonna happen. I'm sorry. I really am. but you gotta go. Now, yes, that did he, oh, I was gonna say, did he not take any damage from that? Okay, it is. Anyway, so let's get the heck out of here. He's good. He's been sacrificed. Blood for the blood god. He's been sacrificed. All right, so that was the enforcer, and you actually got to see one of the bosses that we'll get a little bit later. We'll get a better look at later. All right, now we have the mechanical Therazino. These dudes, man, they look so derpy. He doesn't want me looking at him. Sorry, bro, you look really weird. They have their Therazino attack, and then of course they have their tickle to collect fiber. And then they have a bite to collect berries. They, you know, all the different harvests, all the different harvesting stuff. Other than that, he's just a regular old Therazino. A little, man, a little unremarkable, but you know, it's I want to say that this is like a custom model too. So, all right, cool. All right, so I've shown you all of the bionic and mechanical dinos that I could. The other ones I may have in a future video, the ones that I missed anyway. But for now, you know, this will have to do. The variety in these dinos is really something else. I really like the way that these turned out. In particular, like the scorpion. I like the way the scorpion turned out. I like the way the golem turned out. I like the way I pretty much like all of it. It's all really, really well done. The Griffin, like the custom models on the Griffin and the dairy, all very, very cool. I don't remember the Stego looking this freaking awesome. So some of this might be custom as well, but anyway, really, really cool. So we got all that out of the way. Now there's a couple more things. So the bionics, again, we went over how to obtain the bionics. You're going to be able to tame them. They're all KO tame. All of them are KO tames, and they all tame with the Bionic Kibble, except with the exception of the Dodo, which tames like a vanilla Dodo. So that's how you're going to obtain all of the bionic creatures. Now, the way you get the mechanical creatures, and that was by phone, the way you get the mechanical creatures is you have to kill them. You have to kill them out in the wild whenever you meet them, and you have a chance. It's not a guaranteed drop. It is a chance to get a blueprint in order to build them yourself. Again, it's not guaranteed. It is a chance. It takes like element dust, metal ingots. It's fairly simple to get, honestly. It doesn't take a whole lot in order to build one, but just like enforcers, and just like I don't know about defense units, but we'll use enforcers. Just like enforcers at max, they have different blueprint qualities. They have different and because they have different blueprint qualities, they have different quantities of materials that they'll take in order to create them. Now, as far as I know, the bionic creatures, none of these creatures use a saddle, and at the same time, I don't think any of these creatures can mate. Which, you know, that's fine. Another thing that they all have in common is whenever they reach 15% health, they go into what's called a rage mode. And when they enter this rage mode, they start dealing double damage. They already deal a pretty good amount of damage, like baseline, so that's definitely something to watch out for. I want to say that I went over anything. If I'm missing something, obviously somebody else will catch it. So we went over the bionic creatures. We went over the mechanical creatures. However, you might have thought that I missed something. Yes. This is a bionic space whale. I hate these guys because it seems like they're just like on an endless wander cycle. I hate them. See, like that. I don't even know what's happening, man. Oh, it's taking damage, but I'm not entirely sure from what. What are you taking damage from, bro? What's the matter? What's wrong with you? I don't know what's happening with him. All right, let's get you up into the sky, man. So, the Bionic Astrocetus. This thing is gnarly, and it has a lot going for it, and I mean a lot. So, these dudes are a KO tame, and they do only eat Bionic Kibble. These dudes are also limited in the amount that that can spawn. So there's only 10 wild ones that are allowed in the world, which is a lot. Honestly, it's quite a bit. So, you know, be prepared for that. Now, these guys are special because oh, I thought I'd be able to place oh wait. All right, so it has a bite. And then it has the tail swipe. And then it also has, and I don't think this needs I don't think the hyperdrive needs ambergris in order to telly, because it just tellies, which is really cool. There is also the bomb function, which I think this one needs ambergris, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, because he's not, you know, he's not doing it. And then oh wait, does he? So it says that it has a turret, but I have no idea where these turrets are. And I think that's a saddle, if I recall correctly. I think that's a saddle thing. Yeah, so I think that's a saddle thing. But again, you know, if I'm wrong, then please correct me. But as far as I know, that is the I'm stuck in its mouth. Obviously, that's not what it's called, but I was stuck in its mouth. So that's the Astrocetus. And now we move on to the AI. All right, so here we have the AI. These ladies are amazing. They all have different techniques that they can use. It's almost like magi tech, what they can do. Very, very cool things. Obviously they all have like a little bit of a different look. And so we will go ahead and I will show you some of the things that they can do. I think this one's the most impressive one. So this is the AI Enchantress. Again, they kind of walk around like a normal human, more like the AI on Genesis. Oh Jesus! All right, I thought it'd be like a punch or something. So let's start. So the left mouse button is a it's a, I mean, you saw it right there. It's like it's a big snowball. It's a it's like a big snowball. It just crash right into their face. And I'm gonna keep running away from him. I don't think you saw what happened there, but just in case you didn't, they're blowing what looks like a web, and that web is, you know, and that web is slowing them down enough for me to do that. So it has the snowball, left mouse click, the web as a right mouse click, and then that is the C button. That's called Inferno. Again, these attacks are nutty. I might die. Okay, I didn't die. No fall damage on these ladies. So they don't really run, you know, too terribly fast, but you know. Oh, what the heck? All right, so let's find something to use this attack. All right, it doesn't look like the AoE is as big as the. So let's go ahead and. No, it looks very. Yeah, that doesn't. Man, that's very buggy. Yeah, see, I was looking this way, and it's going that way. It's very weird. I don't really know what it's like targeting, if it is targeting anything. Yeah, that's a very weird Inferno. Yeah, that's kind of sketchy, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's the Enchantress. Just killed a Dodo with that. All right, so let's leave her down there, and we'll come over to. I can't. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh no. The hell? Oh, that's for the Druid. Okay, cool. All right, so now we have the Druid. The Druid, typically you kind of associate Druids with like nature and stuff like that. So it has. Oh, I'm actually not even sure what that did. It's supposed to be vines. Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, just like the Forest Titan, and it roots them in place. It doesn't damage them, but it does, and it also costs your health. You can see that I'm actually losing health every time I set it off. So it has the vines, and then the right mouse button throws a rock. It throws it really hard, evidently. Let's see if I can hit a moss chops with this. Yeah, you can. Cool. I wonder. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it does some pretty good damage, and it has a decent like area of effect. Set my time of day back to daytime, and you can see these little birds are following me and everything. Very, very cool. And now let's see attack. This is supposed to knock back any creature. And you can see that it doesn't really do any damage. It also doesn't really knock back any creature. I mean, if it doesn't knock back a dodo, it's probably not gonna knock back much of anything else. All right, so there is an OV. Let's try to blow back the OV. No, it's not blowing anything back, it looks like. All right. So, I mean, in a nutshell, that is the AI Druid. Oh crap. Oh, okay, that's not good. Okay, so it looks like those throw you into a like a ghost mode. And that's not man, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, so last but not least, we have the Grenadier. I imagine these are going to look just like these are going to look just like, you know, she's, you know, tossing grenades. So left mouse button. Holy, she's like throwing it at the ground like she's so angry. She's so angry. Wait, she's throwing it at the okay. All right, let's see how much damage it does. This dude has 240 health. Let's oh man, don't tell me that. Let's just start chunking grenades. See if any of them do any damage. It doesn't look like it. Oh man. All right, so obviously that's supposed to do some sort of damage, but it's not. How about the right mouse button? That is a tech. Oh, what? That looks gnarly. But again, just random. Yeah, just like very random targeting. Yeah, this is weird. Look at that. Like she's just throwing it at the she's just throwing it at the ground. I hate it. I hate these grenades. All right, so it's got all that, and you can see the green gas that I threw down. So that is a poison grenade. Obviously it does, you know, it does torpor. It's a poison grenade. It's not going to affect the dinos or anything like that. Strictly for humans. Yep. So no damage to dinos, or no torpor to dinos at all. This it's still like it's still so funny. I hate it. I hate these grenades. They don't do any damage. I hate them. Oh, I wonder if they hurt my... So funny. That's so funny. But yeah, all right. And yeah, that's gonna be a big issue. If that stays in. All right. So we got a good look at all of the, and actually I'm just going to cheat ghost. Cheat fly. Yeah, all right, so I'm just gonna pop out in the redwoods. Okay. Oh, actually I completely forgot to show these guys off because they weren't anywhere around me. This is actually really, really cool too. We also have some water dinos. Freaking amazing. I think this dude died. I think both of them died. Because they all right, anyway, so we have a Bionic Moza. Freaking crazy. The left mouse button is to do your oh, there he is. Okay, so I'll be able to show that one off. All right, yeah, so left mouse button is your chomps. Right mouse button doesn't do anything. However, the C does the pew pews. All the pews. And what the hell? He's down there, but he was up there. Anyway, so that's the Moza. The squid is a squid, of course. And I'm honestly, I don't really know what the squid does, so I'm going to look. Okay, so this is I think the left click is just the like a stab, or the slap, the multiple slaps that it does. The right mouse button is a grab, of course. The C is the ink. And then whenever you have something grabbed, obviously it's going to start crushing the creature. And then, you know, just start pummeling it, stuff like that, you know, squid stuff. And then we have I'll get to those in a little bit because those guys are bugged. We have a Megalodon. Left mouse button does that. Right mouse button doesn't do anything as far as I'm aware. And then it also gets the lasers. Now these guys, I mean, you just saw it right there. So these guys are bugged, unfortunately. While they can still they can attack, they can do all the shark things. However, you know, that happens. Very, very, very unfortunate for that to happen. So it has the bite of right mouse button, doesn't do anything. Again, we don't have any visual indicators on this guy. And then the C attack. But yeah, that's all the water dinos for now anyway. I'm sure that there's going to be, I'm sure that just in general that there are going to be more dinos put into it. So we went over the AI, we went over the bionic dinos, and we went over the mechanical creatures. Now, or I say now, but this is also just another like general piece that it adds. It also has two world bosses, and I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. I'm not gonna show them. You already saw one, but there are two of them, and the other one looks like, I'll be straight out, It looks like a freak of nature. It looks crazy the way that one looks. I like the way it looks. It's really cool. But yeah, so there are 2 world bosses that you're gonna have to watch out for. Obviously the brood mother spawns in the swamps, so you're gonna want to stay clear of the swamps, and even like maybe some parts of the redwoods if they're connected. Use on most maps, or on some maps I should say, they are. So you have those 2 bosses. You have of course, you have the items that it adds, and that is the Bionic Kibble. And actually I didn't go over the other one that it added, and that was the Mercury Vial. And it's pretty much exactly what it says right there. It regenerates 5% of your health, or 5% of the dino's health. That's the only way that dinos can regenerate health, except by outside of like natural means. So whenever you get that, so whenever you're able to make that, it's a Bionic Egg, crystal, a couple fiber, and some metal. Not hard to make at all. Relatively easy for most maps. So it's not, it's not impossible to make. It's, easy. But yeah, I mean, everything that I'm seeing is pretty much what's in the mod right now. It's a work in progress, and it's only actually been out for maybe a couple of days. Again, this mod is made by Prome, the same dude that made I believe he's the same person that made that made Gaia. Of course, he has Prome. It's in the name. I don't know that that he made Prome, but that's that's beside the point. It's whatever. And he's also a part of a lot of other mods, as like an assistant dev or something like that. But yeah, I mean, go check it out. Again, the name of the mod is called Ark Bionic. I think it adds a lot to like a vanilla experience, if that's what you're looking for. That's currently what I'm playing it for, is like a more vanilla experience. So if you're into something like that, obviously there's like a whole lot of like tech implications, like the Dodo crafting element dust in its inventory and stuff like that. But it's a lot of that stuff is relatively like that's minor. It's not a big deal at all. But other than that, go download the mod, have some fun with it, and throw it into your collection. Just like I said, this thing can be slotted last place, or like last in the mod order, and it'll still work fine. It just adds to the spawn containers, and that's it. But yeah, hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed the showcase. If I missed anything, please let me know. Prome, if you got to the end of this, I know I missed something. There were a few of the creatures that were missing that I wasn't able to showcase, or that just the spawn codes didn't work and stuff like that. If I end up getting them naturally, I'll make like a separate kind of, I guess, add-on to it. But other than that, if you like the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I stream every now and then on Twitch, so if you want to hit up the Twitch, it's twitch.tv/beatsalive. Same thing as the YouTube. Go ahead and hit that up, and y'all have a good rest of your day, and enjoy the mod. It's a really good one. Peace out.